How to quarantine koi. Quarantine procedure. Use the following steps to properly quarantine your fish. One. Get the quarantine tank up and running. This includes getting the bacteria colonized in the filter and adding 1%, 1 pound salt per 100 gallons of water, salt to the water. Make sure the salt is pure rock salt and has no iodine or any water treatment additives. The water temperature should be 74 to 76 degrees Fahrenheit. To acclimate the new koi fish in the quarantine tank. 3. Cover the tank with the net. 4. Place a piece of plastic or a piece of pink styrofoam insulation over the net so the koi has some shade. This will allow the koi to feel safer in its new, temporary home. 5. Test the water parameters daily for the first week. You should test 4. Temperature, pH, ammonia, nitrite, and salinity, if salt is added to the water. If they are stable after the first week, you may switch to testing every few days. Test kits can be found at koi dealers and pet stores. 6. Don't feed the koi for a few days until it has become used to its new surroundings. 7. Keep an eye on the koi. It should swim around the tank without scratching its side, also known as flashing. If the koi is flashing, it may have a parasite infestation. If you suspect that the koi has a parasite infestation, you can try to treat it with a broad-spectrum parasite treatment, or you can have a veterinarian that is knowledgeable in freshwater fish care come and examine the koi. The veterinarian will perform a scraping of the slime coat with a microscope slide and will possibly take a gill snip. The veterinarian will then examine the slide under the microscope to try and identify the parasite that is afflicting the koi. Once the parasite is found, the veterinarian will prescribe a parasite treatment regimen that will get rid of the infestation. If left untreated, the damage caused by the parasites could lead to an infection. Only antibiotics will treat an infection that a koi is experiencing. If the koi is alone, it may hang out near the bottom. This is normal. Beck. 8. Perform a 25% water change weekly. This can be done all at once or by changing a small amount of water every day. 9. If you are comfortable, catch the koi and examine the entire surface of the body. An ulcer may have popped up on its underside, which is impossible to see when viewing the fish from top down. After 3 weeks, and if the koi fish is large enough, you may want to have a KHV, koi herpes virus, ELISA test performed. A KHV ELISA test will let you know if the koi fish has ever been exposed to the virus or if it has been vaccinated for the virus. Introducing a koi that has been exposed to KHV into your pond puts your entire collection at risk. If you experience a KHV outbreak, you can lose almost your entire fish population in your pond in a matter of days. A blood sample is required to perform an ELISA test. If you don't know how or are uncomfortable with drawing blood, consult a veterinarian. Wait until the test result is back to move the koi into the pond. 11. If you did not perform a KHV test, but you feel that the koi is healthy, you may move the koi out to the pond if the quarantine period is over. Reacclimate the koi. If the water parameters for the pond and the quarantine tank are too different, remember, isolate the koi in the quarantine tank for at least 3 weeks. Do not introduce a sick koi into your pond even if the quarantine period is over. Putting the rest of your collection in danger and needlessly moving a sick koi is a terrible idea. If you want my video, click like, share and subscribe please. Thank you. Sources http://jobelkoicenter.com